obviously, I think the players are coming. So, yeah, what do you guys got?
I thought it was down the stretch, when UCLA's making that run, you guys only had one timeout.
Yeah, maybe I regret not using it earlier, but, you're saving it, just for, if you need something down that last minute of the game. We've been in some close games, and we've kind of hung in there with them, and, but we haven't been able to get over the top. So I was just trying to see, if we could save it and have it down the stretch. And, we used it to ice a free throw shooter and kind of put up some end of the game situations. So, I don't think it was a wasted timeout. He made the free throws. We set up a play to try to get a three when we thought they were going to foul. And we got up a look. So, not wasted, but yeah, hey, listen, it plays, I think, to a bigger thing. Obviously, their pressure bothers us, and they're really good. They press, but where they get you is they get you in the half court. They're really handsy, and they just, they took the ball from us today. Numerous times. I think we had 22 turnovers, and we also called 2 timeouts. Scramble situations, loose ball situations. So, those are quasi turnovers, right? And then, down the stretch of the game when you have a 13-point lead, and you're trying to, nurse it's a bad way, but I think that you guys understand what I'm saying. You're trying to figure out how to navigate down that thing with one timeout. It made it a little tough, but so UCLA gets a ton of credit for putting us, kind of our backs against the wall, giving themselves a chance to come back.
We talked about the 2 possessions where you guys have to call timeouts. What is your policy? Would you rather maybe see the turnovers, say one of the timeouts?
I kind of leave it up to the players. And we always value possession. We value possession. I'm not a guy that burns through a lot of timeouts, so sometimes you save them for the players and to be in those situations. So, I don't have any regrets for the guys doing it. And, we were in a battle, and we put ourselves in position to come out on top, and it's just, things aren't coming easy for this team. And, we didn't ask for it easy. But so we just got to keep plowing ahead. that was obviously a tough one today, and a great atmosphere, and obviously we don't feel great about it. But the sun's going to come up tomorrow, and the world keeps moving on, and we got 2 games coming up this week, so we got to keep moving forward.
When it comes down to you say how this team values offensive possessions, you want to value offensive possessions. When it comes down to it feels like it's sort of snowballing. You're still trying to take it 1 possession at a time. The bottom line is you go 8.5 minutes without doing it.
Yeah, that's tough. It's really hard to win, and we had a good flow going there for a little bit, and things just kind of unraveled a little bit. Obviously, with Big Mo, not playing, we kind of are figuring out on the fly how this team's going to look going forward, and trying to tweak some things, maybe to see if this team has some other strengths. So, I just didn't feel like we had a great, maybe, and not the players' fault, but I just didn't really have a great understanding of how we wanted to attack and play today in pressure situations. And I think, obviously we got to continue to work on that and build that certainty and that identity within the guys, now that it looks like Bo's going to be out for a little bit.
When you think this was a team going through this stretch and you started to struggle with that in that last 8 minutes, in your head, when do you try to take it upon yourself to try to make something happen versus just let the offense work through itself? I think you pick and choose those spots.
Just trying to read with the defense, we're doing. UCLA did a great job, taking us out of our offense and speeding this up. So credit to them.
You feel like you kind of got a little gun shy for a little while there, especially towards the end of the game. Not wanting to take a bad shot.
Just trusting in my teammates and trying to get a great look. We had other players that were going. Henri was strong in the paint. Trey was going, so just trying to get a good look. And UCLA, they made it hard for us.
Jaden, following up on that, you guys had a lot of turnovers in the first half, then not the ball really well, that big 13-point lead, and then it sort of unraveled. Was there a key for that? What they were doing particularly, or just maybe a letdown?
UCLA.
Yeah, it seemed like it came away too fast.
Yeah, UCLA, they do a great job of turning people over. They're probably top in the country doing that. And tonight we first half was kind of slower. Second half they kind of sped us up a little bit. So as players we got to do a better job of reading that and valuing possessions and at least trying to get a shot up.
Henri, I think this was a good hot minutes for you. How do you feel that it went? Did you get tired at all towards the end? Or did you see something?
No, my conditioning was good. I felt good to play a lot, but I just after this game, it's hard to feel good for anybody.
So Nick said
whoever gels the most and whoever comes together at any point in the season is the team to be better. Where are you guys in that?
Yeah, we're battling. You know, it's not coming easy. You know, we're not gonna act like everything's going great and we were expecting everything just flow together naturally. No, we're gonna have to fight for it. You know, this group's gonna have to fight. For one, you're dealing with some adversity. And where's our confidence at? And do we have our certainties kind of in our back pocket? We're gonna have to keep fighting for that and kind of establish that. Sometimes it's not far off. I thought, in that second half, we built, a 10, 11, 12-point lead, something like that. I thought it felt pretty good. It felt like, how we wanted to feel. And, I looked up at the clock and knew there was a lot of time left, and I'm like, hoping we can make another little run. And so maybe we have a little more of a buffer to sustain a comeback from them. But, it wasn't in the cards today. And, I'm sure I'm going to go back and look at that thing, and there's going to be some coaching miscues. There's going to be some situations I wish the players were just a little bit tougher. But all in all, I think the most important thing is, and I know this is a cliche, but we gotta hang together. We gotta hang together. Just because it's tough, we can't splinter, and that's not easy to do.
This might be a strange question, but I've said this on the show a couple times. As Caleb goes, this team goes, would you agree, disagree?
Well, Caleb gives us a really high ceiling, and things, teams have been playing well, and it just hasn't come easy for him either. We got to figure out why. What can we do to help him? And is it just hanging with it, supporting them, then it'll figure itself out, or are there tactical things we need to do different? Obviously Caleb's a really talented player, and he's proven. It's just not coming easy for him right now.
Jaden took that role most of the game, started thinking of, would you probably maybe lean on him a little bit more, or?
Well, the way they were playing, they were really aggressive on the sides, and we felt like we were getting some advantages in those middle pick and rolls. And JB was kind of doing a good job navigating it. So, it's UCLA's a team, you would say move the ball. It's not easy. It's not easy to connect 3 passes against them. They're sticky, they're denying, they're handsy. So sometimes when you play a team like that, you just kind of got to go a little more simple and maybe keep the ball centered a little bit more and one action, draw 1 or 2 guys, make a play out of it and kind of go from there. It's not necessarily a ball movement game. It's more of a direct attack type game, and it worked for stretches, and then it kind of went away from us at the end. I think we got a little tired maybe down the stretch, and I think we took a few threes, in that last 3 or 4 minutes. If they make it, they look great, but I think we're also in the double bonus, and I think you gotta keep the game pressure on those guys, and it just felt like we were hoping one of those threes would go in rather than having a little more conviction how we're going to put points up on the board.
Building on top of that, you have one guard, assist turnover on 2 sides at the same point, and they have the active hand of ball denial. Does that make it tougher to take chances on passes, try and get toward the basket from this standpoint?
Yeah, they do a great job, spinning you up and making you make decisions. And I feel like for this game, we took some bad decisions, but at some point we went on a little run and we made some great decisions. So you just got to look at the film and then clean it up.
Yeah, they're just really handsy. They're handsy and they're good in the gaps. A lot of them were, you're throwing to the guy a ball in a tight window and they're attacking the ball, and obviously they're good at it. So they do a good job of swarming to the ball and making you play in uncomfortable tight spaces.
Most injuries that connected to the previous one, is it the same thing?
Yeah, it's a lower foot injury in the same foot. I don't know if they have a final diagnosis yet. I think they're still. We don't have a final diagnosis to actually what the full extent of everything is. They're still working through all that.
Was it something that popped up in practices?
Yeah.
It sound like you said it could be a while though, or could it be a season, or?
It could be. I think all those things are on the table. I don't know right now. But I think all those things are on the table.
Coach, we talked about, non-conference is something, but, for you guys, especially, the conference play really was going to make a great rolling out the year.
Well, it all matters. I think it all matters. Our non-conference, we didn't, go into the light schedule. We scheduled tough, and it's been a tough go for us. And, hey, maybe some years, you look at it, you're like, man, I could schedule a little bit different, and we'd be whatever 7-2, and maybe it would feel a little different, but we wouldn't be any better. So we're at where we're at. We're struggling. I'm not like mincing any words on that. And I'm the captain of the ship, and I'm going to keep moving forward.
Does it make you feel at least a little bit better comparatively to the Pac-12 league in the last couple of years? How it was top heavy, not a lot of depth.
But I mean, I don't. You know what makes me feel better? Winning. So like that makes me feel better. So there's no solace in anything. We're at where we're at, and guys, we've lost some really close games. You could use the old cliche that could go either way. We got to find a way to increase our margin for error and get them on our side, and that's going to be the focus of what we're going to do. We have a good Samford team coming in this week in the middle of the week, and we know that's going to be a challenge. And they're a team that is known for pressing and doing all that stuff, and I'm sure they're going to see 22 turnovers and their eyes are going to light up. So we got to find a way to get a win in the middle of this week, and then see if we can we got Central Michigan coming in on the weekend and see what we got there. So we're literally in a true day-to-day mode right now.
Can you just talk through that play where you got the steal, got your feet in bounds, and were able to call timeout before you fell out of bounds? Just kind of what was going through your mind in that moment?
Just doing whatever it takes to win, and we came up short. But just trying to get an extra possession, for our team, and I was able to get a timeout, and the ref, gave it to us.
Thank you.
All right, appreciate you guys.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.